Bom, tô mandando. Yes, way, yes, way. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Blessing here and I'm back with another video. I'm not even gonna start with an apology or anything because I know you guys are not even trying to hear it. Like, at this point there's no excuse. There's nothing I can say that can make you guys forgive me. Just know that I have a life outside of YouTube. There's school and yeah, just know that. So in today's video I'm coming to you guys with a topic that has been on my heart for a really long time. Like, it's not even a joke. A really long time. Months. And I've been hesitant to speak about it for many reasons. For example, like, I was afraid of what people would think. I was also afraid that there would be a lot of backlash as well because the topic is quite, it's a bit of polemic, so like I didn't really want to talk about it because, like, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be talking about music, musicians in the Congolese community who are Christians. If you're not Congolese, obviously this doesn't apply to you. However, if you're not Congolese, it doesn't mean you have to leave. You can stay. It's not, I'm not gonna be speaking a heap of Lingala, and if I do, I'll make sure that I do translate what I say. I've talked about this topic on my Instagram, talked about it on my Snapchat, I've talked about it on my Twitter, I think. As a child, I grew up listening to gospel music only. I was listening to music from the 90s, the 80s. I don't know if I was listening to songs from the 70s, but I was listening to gospel songs from back in the day. I brought that everywhere with me. I bought Congolese gospel music everywhere. Like, when I grew up and I got my own phone, I was going to school listening to gospel music. I remember on one particular occasion, I was at school, this was in year 6, and I got to school and I was listening to Moana Pate by Doron Eternel. Everyone should know that song. Like, if you don't know that song, I was a bit early to school, and them ones, like, when all the kids are early, they just kind of chill, in the playground and whatever until the whistle blows for you to go and line up in your class. I was listening to that, and then one girl must have come up to me and was like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And obviously, back in those days, I don't know what was the trend, because obviously I wasn't listening to that, but I think it was like Katy Perry those days, them type of music. So obviously they were expecting my answer to be something in English, anything, as long as it's in English. And I was like, "No, I'm just listening to a song, And they were like, "Oh, what song?" And I was like, "Just a song. I'm just listening to a song." I was like, "No, what song are you listening to?" They took the earphones out of my ear. They put the earphones in their ear, and they heard the song that I was listening to, and obviously it was not in English, and it just caused a whole uproar. Like, everyone was laughing at me and whatever. So that kind of led me to that was one of the points where I kind of fell off or started falling away from listening to gospel music. And when I got into secondary school, I'll share my full testimony in another video, hopefully, so I'm not really going to go into the details of why I became how I became. But in secondary school, I was influenced a lot by friends so that I can fit in with people, so that I don't look moist or wet, so people don't bully me or laugh at me. So I stopped listening to gospel music and I was listening to secular music. I was listening to Bashment. I had a huge bondage to Bashment. Like, it was bad. I was listening to Bashment, I was listening to drill as well. I was just listening to Afrobeats and, all of that jazz, everything. My behaviour was disgusting. It was actually disgusting. I was swearing, I was out partying a lot. And you know the type of parties I'm talking about. I'm not saying I'm against parties, but like raves and all that, with the intention of meeting someone, with the intention of doing a little higgy haga. Yeah. In relationships, I was lusting, dressing inappropriately. You can clearly see by what I'm like my story, the influence that music had on my life. Now, a lot of people could also say that, you know, if they listen to secular music, it's they listen to secular music, they're not gonna have they're not gonna be influenced, for example, like their actions. They're not gonna be influenced to do certain things like I was. As I told you, I was influenced to do a lot of things that were not pleasing to God. And some people can say, oh, yeah, but I listen to secular music, but I don't get influenced, you know, I don't do that stuff, like, you know. But your spirit is influenced. You're polluting your spirit. Going on to, you know, the actual topic of the video. For someone that listens to a lot of Congolese music, old generation and new generation, I'm beginning to see a lot of things which they're not aligning, especially with the new generation. Now, before I start, I'm not here to bash anyone, and I'm also not here to say that new generation music is crap, because I listen to new generation music. For those of you guys who have me on my social media, you know, I like to dance, I like to listen to new gen, so please. In terms of nowadays music, I'm beginning to see a lot of things that don't make sense. It stresses me out and it hurts me a lot, because as I said, music is a really, really good way to get closer to God. And it's very important as a musician for you, first off, to have your own relationship with God before you come and now start bringing, you know, come and now start releasing music. Because if you don't even talk to God, if you don't even know who God is, how are you gonna now come and tell people who God is? Because music is a way not only of praising God and worshipping God, but it's also to tell people about who God is. I think it's the best kind of music is the type of music that is literally telling people about the gospel, telling people who God is, telling people who Christ is. And music that doesn't do that, to be honest, like, it doesn't help in any way. The music that is being released now is actually scary. It's frightening. Let's just deep it, yeah? We've been in lockdown. Corona happened, you know, 2020, this year was just war. This year was war. It was war. Throughout this whole year, it has made us realise God is real, God exists, and he loves us so much that so many people have lost their lives, but we're still here. I was thinking, right, we're slowly coming out of this whole, you know, madness of 2020. And yeah, everybody's saying, yeah, new single coming out, new this. Where? I'm expecting songs that are going to edify people, that are going to tell people, listen, get right with God, because as we can see throughout this year, time is just, what's time? But no, I don't think musicians have gotten it. Why is it that every single song that has come out, 95% of them, 95% have been Seben? Oh! I'm not saying that there's something wrong with Seben, but we need to deep the time that we're in, and we need to deep, as musicians, the job that we have. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't have the actual passion for God, they just have the passion for the music. And the music, obviously, it sounds good, but what is it going to do to us? It's not doing anything to us. It's not doing anything for our spirits. It's not allowing us to grow. We're all young, and maybe we don't have the strength to pray for 2 hours. Maybe we don't have the strength to pick up our Bible and begin to now annotate every single verse in there. But we have time to listen to music. Congolese people love music, and I'm one of them. Musicians need to think. Okay, Congolese young people, they love music a lot. How are we going to make sure that the message is being spread for our songs? Because don't come for me, but I'm not hearing no message in any song that's been coming out recently. 95%. A lot of the music is literally just so that you can jump and scream and say where and then go to bed. Musicians, especially Congolese musicians, like in my generation, they're so talented And they're so gifted as well. I wouldn't even say talented. They're so gifted. They play just to play, or they play to improve. They play to learn. That's not what we're here for. Music is our ministry. And that's how we're supposed to bring souls to Christ. And, you know, us continuing to release songs that are asking people to jump, asking people to kitana say, asking people to saute likolo. Music has no longer become a spiritual growth technique. It's become a distraction now. As much as music should be bringing people closer to God, it's in fact bringing them far away. Do you know why? Because people are listening to the instruments behind and be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go and learn this bass line. Instead of actually focusing on the fact that music is meant to worship and praise God, we are just making sure that the music sounds nice. If any of you are listening to me and you're a musician and you know that you serve God, you have a gift that God has given you and you use it to serve him, however, you are still living a life behind the scenes that is not pleasing God, I want you to think of this. There is no point of you living a double life or serving two masters, because at the end of the day you're only going to one place. Did you hear what I said? There's no point of you living a double life and serving two masters, because when you die, you're going one place. You're not going both. You're only going to one place. Now look at yourself. Analyze yourself and your actions and what you do outside of church, what you do outside of playing music. Is it pleasing to God? And what out of the two places are you going to go to? Because you're not going to go both. You will not serve your punishment for doing your wrong things and then now go to heaven for doing no. If it worked like that, then probably all of us would have little taste of heaven, little taste of hell. And I'm sure that even the littlest taste of hell is just, you know, get me out. It's actually time for us Congolese people to wake up. Those are bêtises trop. We're doing a lot of bêtises. We're doing a lot of wuzoba. The fear of God is not there. So many people that are younger look up to these musicians on a different level. Like, I see so many people trying to copy the people on my generation and older. Yeah, the younger, they love them off. They love the older generation. Not the older generation, but the younger generation. But they're younger, but they are older. But they're not necessarily too old. They're not necessarily polo, but they're younger. So the younger generation, okay, like the 13 to 15-year-olds, they look up to the 18 to 25-year-olds. And you can see that influence is there, but the musicians are not using that influence for a good purpose. So they need to live a life that is going with what they say in their songs, so that the younger generation, they can copy the good things that they're... Why did I do that? So that they can copy the good things that they're doing. To all the musicians out there, je vous love, je vous adore. Je vous adore. But we have to make sure, we have to refocus our focus. Jumping and dancing is all good. It's good for exercise. It's good for life. But for our spirit, it's not going to do anything for us. Any musicians who are out there who do the work of God but don't necessarily live their life to please God, please take the time to rededicate your whole life back to Christ, and you'll see how everything will turn around for you. Trust me. We need to stop messing about. We need to stop caring so much about, oh, but if I release worship songs, people are gonna think it's boring. Who cares? If I stop our performance to preach, people are gonna find me unique. Who cares? Jesus actually got stoned. He actually got spat on. He got beaten. He got punched. He got killed. And you care about little people, what they're gonna think. Qui es-tu? Qui es-tu? You be you.
Qui es-tu? You be you, comme on le dit en anglais. Qui es-tu?
We need to live our lives fully for God and not for men. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die, and everything that we've done to please people on the earth is gonna go to ashes. And then God's gonna ask you, so what did you do to please me? So yeah guys, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. May God bless all of you. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Do share. I emphasize on the share for this video, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.